lost city of Heracleion, Egypt's sunken Atlantis, Egypt's forgotten Atlantis. For centuries, the sands of Egypt have given us pyramids, temples, and mummies. But one of its greatest secrets was not buried in sand at all. It was hidden beneath the waves. Just off the coast of Alexandria lies Heracleion, a magnificent city once known as the gateway to Egypt. Rich in trade, culture, and temples to the gods, it was swallowed by the sea nearly 1,200 years ago, lost to memory and myth. For centuries, sailors told of a drowned city beneath the Mediterranean, but no one could prove it. Then, in the year 2000, divers finally found it. Colossal statues, temple ruins, and artifacts frozen in time beneath the sea. Some called it the Atlantis of Egypt. And recent discoveries from 2024 and 2025 suggest Heracleion may hold secrets far stranger than we imagined. Could this sunken city rewrite the history of ancient Egypt itself? The rise of Heracleion. Heracleion, known to the Egyptians as Thonis, was founded around the 8th century BCE. For hundreds of years, it thrived as the main port of entry into Egypt. Here, goods from Greece, Phoenicia, and beyond flowed into the Nile Delta. Traders brought wine, oil, and precious metals, while Egypt exported grain, papyrus, and luxury goods. Heracleion was more than a marketplace. It was a sacred city, home to massive temples, including the Great Temple of Amun, where pharaohs came to legitimize their rule. Colossal statues guarded its harbors, and monumental inscriptions celebrated its glory. The city bustled with merchants, priests, sailors, and families. Streets were alive with processions, markets echoed with voices in many languages, and canals carried ships to every corner of the Mediterranean. It was a city of wealth, culture, and power, the jewel of Egypt's northern coast. Disaster strikes, the fall of the city. But beneath its splendor, Heracleion stood on unstable ground. Much of the city was built on the silty clays of the Nile Delta, prone to flooding and collapse. Around the 2nd century BCE, natural disasters began to take their toll. Earthquakes shook the coast. Rising seas eroded the foundations. And then came liquefaction, when waterlogged soil suddenly behaves like liquid. Entire temples, houses, and streets collapsed into the sea. By the 8th century CE, Heracleion had disappeared beneath the Mediterranean, forgotten by history. Only scattered legends remained, tales of a sunken city where colossal statues lay buried beneath the waves. Sailors whispered of ghostly lights seen from the surface, and fishermen spoke of nets that caught fragments of carved stone instead of fish. Rediscovery in the year 2000. For centuries, explorers searched in vain. But in 2000, French marine archaeologist Frank Gaudio made a stunning discovery. While surveying the seabed off the coast of Alexandria, his team uncovered colossal statues, perfectly preserved beneath the sand. One after another, ruins emerged, temple blocks, stone inscriptions, jewelry, and everyday tools. It was Heracleion, Egypt's lost Atlantis. The find was one of the greatest underwater discoveries in history. The seabed revealed an entire city frozen in time, offering a glimpse into life 2,000 years ago. What divers found beneath the waves. Since then, divers have uncovered colossal statues, over 16 feet tall, depicting pharaohs and gods. Stone temples, massive blocks bearing inscriptions to Amun and Osiris. Canals and harbors, evidence of a thriving port with advanced engineering. Artifacts of daily life, coins, ceramics, jewelry, even children's toys. Ships, wooden vessels preserved in the mud, revealing ancient trade networks. Each discovery confirmed Heracleion's importance as both a trade hub and a religious center. But the biggest revelations came only recently. Breakthrough discoveries of 2024 to 2025. 2024. Submerged vaults. Divers uncovered sealed stone chambers beneath temple ruins. Inside were ritual objects and mysterious crystalline fragments. 2025, advanced canal systems. High-resolution scans revealed hydraulic engineering far beyond what was thought possible for the time. 2025, magnetic anomalies. Instruments detected unusual magnetic fields around certain temple foundations. Mainstream archaeologists call it natural geology, but others suggest it may hint at advanced, perhaps even forbidden, knowledge. These discoveries suggest Heracleion was not just a port. It may have been a center of lost knowledge, knowledge that sank with the city. The Atlantis connection. Why do so many call Heracleion Egypt's Atlantis? Like Atlantis, it was a city of wealth and power, suddenly lost to disaster. Like Atlantis, it was remembered only in legend, until divers proved it real. Some believe Heracleion's priests preserved records of even older cataclysms, perhaps memories of civilizations before Egypt itself. Could Heracleion have been a guardian of forbidden knowledge, erased when it sank? Hidden temples and forbidden rituals. Heracleion was a place of immense spiritual importance. At its heart stood the temple of Amun, where pharaohs journeyed to receive divine blessing before ascending the throne. Inscriptions describe elaborate rituals of purification and initiation, but recent finds suggest something more mysterious. In 2024, archaeologists discovered ritual basins lined with crystalline material. Some scholars believe they were designed to reflect and amplify light, perhaps even to channel energy. Were these spiritual tools or evidence of a science we no longer understand? The mystery of Osiris. Heracleion was also central to the cult of Osiris, god of death and rebirth. Each year, Egyptians celebrated with ritual processions and offerings. In 2025, divers uncovered a massive ceremonial barge, preserved in the seabed mud. Carvings on its hull depict scenes of resurrection and cosmic order. This suggests Heracleion was a spiritual gateway, where Egyptians believed the worlds of gods and men intertwined. Advanced engineering beneath the sea. Heracleion's ruins also reveal advanced engineering. Harbor systems. Canals connected directly to the Nile. Hydraulic control. Sonar mapping shows sluice-like structures to regulate water. Massive foundations. Stone blocks weighing tons anchored colossal temples. Mainstream historians call it clever engineering. Others argue the precision hints at knowledge passed down from older civilizations, perhaps survivors of the Ice Age cataclysm. Heracleion and Atlantis. The parallels. The similarities between Heracleion and Atlantis are uncanny. Both were wealthy port cities, commanding trade routes. Both were destroyed suddenly, swallowed by the sea. Both became legends, dismissed as myth until evidence emerged. Some suggest Heracleion may not just be like Atlantis. It may have preserved the memory of Atlantis itself, suppression or silence. Why don't we hear about these finds in mainstream news? Some say scientists avoid sensational claims. Others whisper of deliberate suppression. In 2025, leaked documents suggested some artifacts were removed to private collections. Officially, they were lost in transit. Were these items proof of advanced technology? Tools impossible for their time? Was Heracleion not just a city, but a vault of knowledge, myth, memory, and the gods? Many myths describe drowned lands. The Greeks spoke of Atlantis. The Egyptians told of Zep Tepi, the first time, when gods ruled before a great flood. Heracleion may have preserved this memory. Its temples honored gods of rebirth and cosmic cycles, as if keeping alive the story of civilizations destroyed and reborn. The human side of the lost city. Beyond temples and myths, Heracleion was home to thousands. Families lived in its houses, children played in its streets, and traders carried stories from across the Mediterranean. One poignant find from 2024 was a small wooden toy, preserved in the seabed mud. A child once held it, centuries before the sea claimed their home. These details remind us Heracleion is not just ruins. It is the frozen memory of people who built, lived, and died in a city that vanished beneath the waves, Egypt's Atlantis. Heracleion is one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of our time, yet it remains strangely unknown. Perhaps because its story raises forbidden questions. Was it just a great Egyptian port? Or was it a vault of knowledge, guarding secrets from an age before Egypt itself? The colossal statues, the magnetic anomalies, the submerged vaults, all suggest Heracleion still hides mysteries. Mysteries that could rewrite not only Egypt's history, but the history of civilization itself. So the question is, when the last secrets of Heracleion rise from the sea, will we accept what they reveal? Or will this drowned city remain, like Atlantis, a forbidden legend we are not yet ready to face?